Nobody's connected? Or somebody's connected? Say hi.
Hey.
Alright, we're just gonna wait to see if anybody else is gonna connect. I don't know why it didn't work on my computer. I don't like that. Because I wanted to connect on the computer, not on my phone. Hey guys, we're just waiting to see if anybody else is gonna connect. Okay, the line is it's right here. Alright guys, so we're just here to hang out with you guys. Happy Easter to everyone. We are in PA today. We got here a little bit ago. We're dropping off a load here tomorrow morning. And it's Easter day, so happy Easter to all of you guys. Any questions, anything that you guys want to ask, we're here for that. We're just here to share, a little bit of time with you guys and connect in a different way other than the videos that we have been posting. Any questions, send them our way. I'm over here with my computer reading everything.
Any question?
Any questions for Seneca? One of the subscribers says, what's up? I was trying to connect on my computer, but we was having some internet issues connecting, so we ended up connecting on the phone. So hopefully you guys could see us just fine.
I'm glad we made it.
I know, right?
Drove like 950 miles.
We drove a lot of miles to get here, guys.
Maybe like about 15 miles around from the drop off, so
We're pretty close. How many? 15 or 15?
15.
15. We're pretty close to the drop-off location. And we just woke up. We was taking a nap. And then I heard some drilling or some type of loud noises next to our truck. So I jump out of the bed and I'm like, what is going on? So there was a truck parked next to us, and the truck driver decided to, and he was going to do some work on his truck, some drilling.
He was drilling something.
He was drilling something. So I came out, and I think he saw me looking all sleepy. He's like, oh, my bad. Did I wake you guys up? I was like, yeah, you did. So he was like, I'll just move. And I'm like, no, you're fine. You don't have to move. Like, we're awake now. And he's like, no, I'll just move anyway. So he ended up moving like way down there.
It's the truck right there, right in the background. He was next to us.
Yeah.
This is like a pretty deserted truck stop, which is good. It's pretty peaceful here.
So one of the subscribers, he said he's doing a 1099 right now, waiting on things to get better before buying his truck. I don't blame you. Like, that's probably the best thing to do right now is just, go work for another company instead of getting your own truck. 'Cause right now it's really it's still really difficult out here to to make it.
Yeah, I mean, I told somebody, I think like last December, I said just be a company driver. Just be a company driver. This owner operator thing takes a lot out of you. So
It does, yeah.
it takes a lot out of you. It's nothing wrong being a company driver. I know that much. But when I was a company driver, I didn't have to deal with the headaches. Pulling up to the pump, thinking about how many gallons, how much money I'm about to spend. I had none of these thoughts in my head
Yeah.
until we had our own vehicle.
Like what I will say, to anybody new that is looking to get into trucking as an owner operator is be different than 95% of the other truckers in the industry if you actually want to make some money. And what I mean by that is if you come in as a owner operator with the power only or drive-in, you're not gonna make no money. I look at the rates daily, because I book the loads. So I like to look at the rates for not just for step deck, but like drive-in, briefer, like any other type of trailer, just to see where things are. And the rates for drive-in, power only, you're making cents per mile. And if you come in as a
Hmm.
new owner operator making cents per mile, you're not even gonna make enough money to cover your expenses.
Mm-mm.
So if you want to come in there, I mean, you can make money. You're not going to become a millionaire. You're not going to make crazy money. You can make some money if you go into some type of specialty, anything that is different than what 95% of the truckers are doing in the trucking industry. So with that being said, what I mean is do flatbed, do step deck, do RGN, get all your permits to your endorsements. Do be a fueler, be a hazmat, be something different than everybody else. That's like the only way that you're gonna make some money.
That's the key.
That's the key. Honestly.
Separation.
Yeah.
It's like over 90% of the semis on the road is dry van. So that means it's crowded. It's too crowded. It's overcrowded. So I
Yeah.
would suggest do something else, like she said. Like when you see those fuelers driving down the highway, them fuelers be getting paid. They get paid six figures, all of them nearly.
Yeah.
So
So it's not so much, like don't get in. That's not all we are saying. We're saying get in, but be smarter than everybody else. You wouldn't want to invest in a business that there is 100 other business of the same within the same industry near you. So you want to
mhm,
separate yourself from that and be a little bit different so that hopefully you can make a profit at the end of the year.
mhm,
That was the reason why we decided to do step tech. It was because we studied the rates, and the rates were so bad for power only, for drive-in, reefer, but anything outside of that, it was like, wait, these people make more money. They actually make money. And that was why we decided to get our step deck,
mhm.
when we did it. And I feel like that's the main reason why we're still profitable today, and we're still in business. We made it to our second year of business. I feel like that's the reason. It's because we are doing something that not every single driver wants to do. Because first, a lot of the drivers, they don't want to get out of the truck and do physical labor. They don't want to be working on the heat out there when you have to get out and
Ooh,
secure loads. Seneca, with this load, I feel so bad for him because it was 93 degrees in Florida when we was getting loaded with this load. So he got it to get out on the heat, secure the load. It took you what, like over an hour of.
took me about an hour and a half. It's not so much that it should have taken me that long. It's just I need to make sure everything is perfect. Like this particular load, or just doing step deck or flatbed in general. It's not like you know, a dry van where if something comes loose, you know, in the dry van,
Hi, Roy. Welcome.
it's still inside the dry van. When it's step deck, it's like if something comes loose, something could fly on the road and kill somebody. So yes, I'm gonna take an hour and a half securing my load just to make sure everything is past the standard. Not the standard, but past it. And you know, yeah, I'll throw extra straps on or whatever, but yeah, to get back to what we was talking about.
Stay on stuff, the subject.
Yeah, to get back to what we was talking about. Um, yeah, you gotta do something different.
Yeah.
Just do something different. Trucking is not bad at all. It's relatively easily, you know, compared to the jobs I had, you know, previously to this. But yeah, just do something different. Reefer or step deck, flatbed, anything that pays.
Yeah.
And if you got to learn a new skill, get a new endorsement, that's what you got to do. So.
And that's the way to do it, you know. Yeah, like the rates are not what they used to be back when in 2019, 2020. Yeah, they're not what they used to be back then. But you know, this is, for what I hear, yeah, it's bad right now. But this is kind of how it is with trucking, you know. And you're gonna make it if you learn to first separate yourself from everybody else. And second, you know, you gotta be able to control your expenses. You know, try to have a lower overhead. You try to, you know, pay up for things cash, like your equipment, your truck, your trailer, if you can. You know, because that's the only way that you're actually gonna see a profit every month. And for us, that's what it is. You know, getting our equipment cash, you know, has given us the choice of, you know, still, you know, being out here today, and we're still being profitable because we have a really low overhead. Like, we live in our truck. You know, how much more cheaper than that can you get? So
Real cheap.
real cheap. So for us, that's what has, you know, worked. And being that we're doing step deck, which includes, you know, like physical labor. Like I said yesterday, you know, 93 degrees out there. Like, it was hot. Like, I went outside of the truck for a minute to take pictures of the load for the broker, and I was outside for like 10 minutes, and I was like, oh no, hell no. I got right back inside the truck. And you know, those are the things that you gotta do as a flatbedder, as a step deck, as an RGN. But that's exactly why you pay more. You know what I mean? So
Oh,
to
it
me, it
pays.
makes sense. Like, it pays. Like, all of our loads, like, you know, we're still getting like the $3, you know, per mile. Almost all of them, except, you know, coming out of Florida is always trash. Like, no matter what
Yeah.
you do, you know, there. But for the most part, most of our loads are still, you know, on the $3 per mile mark. So you just gotta separate yourself from everybody else.
Yeah. Yeah. It was tough. I mean, but you know, as long as they paying. If they paying, I'm playing.
Happy
Period.
Easter, guys. Welcome. Welcome to all of you that are connecting now.
Yeah, it was 94 degrees when I was doing 93, 94 degrees when I was chaining this one down, this load we got now, and that sun was unforgiving.
Yeah, he was he
That's,
was so, when he came in, his shirt was completely soaking wet in sweat. But again, that's why we make money. That's why we're still, you know, being profitable, is because, you know, the labor that he has to put in with the loads.
when when I did power only, it was like it was easy. It was easy, you know, but you know it was way cheaper. You know the rate per mile was way cheaper. So as soon as I hit step deck, it's like it's different. And don't even let me start with the tarp. The tarp is another headache all by itself.
Yeah, we don't, so we try not to do any tarp loads unless we really need to do it to get out of a certain area. Like, otherwise we don't do any tarping. I think that we have done what, like two tarp load,
3.
three
And I
in
hated
the whole.
everyone. Hated all 3 times I had to tarp a load. I hated it. it's not that I don't know what I'm doing. It's like the tarp is so heavy, and you got to get it above your head, and oh my goodness, it's a workout. Everything's a workout, but that tarp is
Yeah.
something different. It's way different.
Yeah.
You got any questions? No,
Let's
no
see. No,
questions.
no question. So you're saying hi.
Oh, okay.
People are connected. Saying that the dry band brakes are really, they suck, basically.
Yeah.
Happy Easter, guys.
It's nice out here.
Yeah, it's really nice out here. It's sunny but cool. It's nice and cool, but really sunny. It's a really nice area here where we are.
We're like in the farmlands.
Yeah. I like this type of areas.
It's like as soon as I hopped out of the truck, it smelled like a farm.
He did. Yeah. He was like,
I
"What's that
smelled it.
smell?"
So
Yeah.
it smelled farmish.
Hey, Orlando. Welcome. Thank you for connecting. And blessings to you too. Happy Easter. But yeah, guys, we just have to just hang in there. Hopefully things will get better. For all of us. With this trucking life that we chose. Um, that's all we can do. Just wait for the best. Try to cut your expenses as much as you can, save as much as you can, and hope for the best from there. I guess
I feel like this the new normal.
it seems like this
That's what
is
I
gonna be
think.
the new normal. That's what it seems like.
With the rates, the fuel prices, it kind of remind me of like the 90s and the early 2000s when the gas prices was set a certain way. Then once they got raised to a certain point, that's where it stayed at.
Yeah,
And I think now it's happened again. At least last year, it happened again.
I wouldn't be surprised.
Yeah.
So it's just something that we have to adapt to, basically.
Got to be flexible.
Yeah.
Because in the trucking industry, the trucker, nobody's not going to save you. It's like everybody has protection except the trucker. The drivers don't have any real protection, like if you're owner operator. And what I mean by that is all the other entities, they get to move around however they want to move around, jack up prices, lower prices, do this and that, and they got agencies, outside of them to protect them. But the truckers kind of
We ain't got nothing.
they're out there.
Yeah.
You're your own business, and you got to defend yourself.
Yes, we do run under our own authority. Like we have our own. We started with our own authority ever since we got into the trucking business. We, we thought about getting under somebody's hoses at the beginning, but because we was new, I did talk to a couple people before getting ours, but because Seneca was basically a newer CDL driver, they were like, oh, you gotta have a year or 2 years, and we was like, well, you know what, let's just get our own. And then,
Mm,
so that's what we did. We've been running under our own since we started.
it's a battle.
Yeah.
I mean, truth is, we didn't run that much actually with this combination with the step deck. So we still learning a lot. Still
Yeah.
going through a few bumps here
Yeah.
and there. But I mean, it's
Yeah, Roy, the fuel prices, they keep going up and up. Like we having, I think it was last week, we ran into like some places that they were like on the low $3 and some change.
yeah,
But this week, however, we seen them, back to the
yeah,
$4, 3.95, four,
yeah.
something. So what we do, we have one of those apps that we use to search, the cheaper fuel around the areas that we are. So we use that app, to fuel, and then we get some discounts there for using like the smaller truck stops. and then we pay for the fuel with a business credit card, with the Chase Inc. business credit card. So we get 1.5% cash return on the cash back on the credit card. So at the end of the day, we end up saving about $2 when we fuel between, getting the cheaper fuel and then the credit card.
Hmm.
So that has been helping us some when it comes to the fuel prices.
Yeah, I mean, every time I see the diesel prices, at least up to today, they've been averaging about $4 per gallon to uh about 4.70, and that's all along I-95. It's like $4 to 4.70, but using this particular app, I haven't paid $4 in a long time. So
Yeah, like when we get so you reserve the code, with through the app, and then they
mhm,
send you your receipt and everything after you fuel, and then it shows you there, like the savings. So on a lot of the we be saving like $140, $120, and
mhm.
plus, paying with a credit card, we get that, that cash back. So that really helps.
Yeah, because I wish we had this last year, but
We didn't had it
we didn't
last
know.
year. Yeah, we had the credit card. However, we
Yeah,
didn't know about researching some of the smaller
yeah,
truck stops for cheaper fuel.
yeah. And you know what? And sometimes when you drive down a highway, look at some of them signs on the side. They will have rates posted.
Mm-hmm.
The smaller gas stations, and you may have to go out of your way 10 miles or whatever just to get a cheaper fuel price, but it's worth it. It's worth it when you save $150.
Yeah, it is
And
totally
if you
worth
do
it.
that every single time, that adds up over the month.
Mm-hmm.
That adds up.
Over the year, that can be something, by the
Yep.
end of the year. So,
It's all
but
about saving.
mm-hmm.
It's all about saving.
But yeah, that's what we do for fuel, guys. And make sure más o menos
It helps. It helps a lot.
it does.
Like it's not that many um areas in Florida that's like that, but um I know kind of where to go. Like along I-10, um
Hey, Crown
I-95 or
Crest
whatever.
Country, welcome. Happy Easter. Hmm. But yeah, that's what we do, guys, to save to save some money in fuel. And so far, it has been working, for us just fine.
Yeah. This is a very deserted truck stop. It's like only 3 trucks here.
No, Flex. What's a NAST? NASTC. What is it? Is that like a like fuel cards, or what is it?
I'll look it up right now.
Hey, James, welcome. Happy Easter. Thank you for the support. We just sharing everything that we're experiencing so far here in the trucking industry.
A nice TC fuel card, huh?
Oh, that's kind of figured that it was a fuel card.
It's a
Yeah.
fuel card.
We're gonna have to look it up.
Let me check it out.
Yeah. Yeah, we haven't got any like fuel cards, because like I said, we have the Chase Inc. Business credit card that we get points, and then we get cash back also on a lot of the like the fuel and things like that. So that's what we have been using so far. That combined with trying to find the smaller truck stops, that has been working out fine, and that's the reason why we haven't got any fuel cards.
Yeah, we got enough cards.
We got so many.
We got enough.
Hey, Daniel. Happy Easter, all the way from Kenya. Thank you for connecting. We are in Pennsylvania today.
Kenya?
Yeah,
Wow.
all the way from Kenya. Funny story, Daniel. When Seneca first met me, tell him the story, baby.
When I first met her, and I said something to her, when she spoke back, I thought she was from Kenya. Because when I was in the army, I had you know, about 5 soldiers, that came from Kenya. So when she spoke, I kind of recognized the accent. I'm like, oh, she must be African. She must be from Kenya. And I asked her, she's like, no, I'm from Mexico.
I say, however, it's not the first time that somebody has asked me that question. So it must be the dark skin
It's the
and the
accent.
accent.
The accent.
Yeah.
Like, it sounds kind of like from Mexico, but it sounds more like from Kenya
I've been told that a lot of times that my accent
or
doesn't
African.
sound
I think say
like
Mexico.
Mexican. Yeah. I don't know.
I was like, yeah, you from? I'm like, yeah, you from Kenya? She was like, no.
But yeah, guys, that's that's what's going on with us out here. We just been running a lot, running a lot more than what we did last year. Last year we were still learning a lot of things. We're still learning today, but we feel like we understand a lot of things better now. So we just been, constantly rolling.
Mhm. I know it's a lot more to learn, but I feel like we got a good thing going on now. We've been rolling, um, a lot actually. I mean, outside of the little time that we took off, to get the truck repaired, we've been rolling for the most part, and and I feel like between the routes, we kind of know where the hot spots are. We know where the cold spots, which states to avoid. We know how to get fuel, get cheaper fuel. So it's
Hmm.
like we're starting to put it all together now. So
Yeah.
versus last year, we was just everywhere. We'd go to Wyoming and get stuck.
Get stuck there for a week.
Yeah, like now we know, like, don't go to Wyoming.
Yeah. Yeah.
you could you could probably pick up from Wyoming and go to another hotter state, like
Yeah.
where there's more loads, but
But there's
the
really
drop
nothing there.
off, yeah, the drop off,
Yeah.
you're gonna be,
Yeah.
you might get stuck.
One of
So
the subscribers, Mr. G Wilson, thank you. And oh, this is sweet. He said, "Happy Easter Day, you guys motivate me. I just started driving in January for Swift. What's the best advice for a company driver who wants to be owner operator one day?" Seneca.
what's the best advice?
Hmm.
Um,
Happy Easter and thank you for connecting.
get your experience first. Get your experience. Drive for Swift. I would say about a year at least, and just yeah, just get your experience in all the elements. You know how to drive in different elements, when not to drive, when to know what your limits are. Everybody has limits,
Hmm.
so yeah, and just go through it. Go through it. Get your experience.
And after that, after you get your experience driving, work on your the business part of things, like your credit, understanding, like
Oh yeah.
finances and things like that, so that when you decide to make that change to an owner operator, you will know, what money do you have to spend on your truck, your trailer, do you have enough for like maintenance and repairs, because you are going to need, it's not just purchasing a truck and a trailer, you're going to need a lot more money for maintenance, repair, fuel, anything that can happen,
Hmm.
insurance and things like that. So, work on all of those things as you go. That way, when you're ready to make the switch, you will have all of that money ready.
Your credit.
Your credit is so
Fix your
important.
credit. You cannot do anything in business, or trying to start a business, unless your credit is A1. Nobody's not giving you anything unless your credit score is where it needs to be. So I would say, the whole time you're at Swift, also be working on your credit, paying off debts,
Yeah.
um, starting a line of credit. If you don't have enough, get at least three.
Mm-hmm.
Get at least 3 lines of credit.
Um, Tattoo Tattoo Gun Trucking. Welcome. The type of equipment that we have is a step deck. We have a 53 step deck. That's what we have for the trailer. Welcome to the channel and happy Easter. No, it's not a flatbed. It's a step deck that we have.
Would have got a flatbed, but it's limiting. It's like with the step deck, it's more versatile. So you could pick up more equipment, more, bigger size equipment, or excavators, or forklifts, boom lifts, etc. So
The flatbeds are too high. They're too high for some of that equipment, right?
yeah, on our step deck, I don't take anything that's 10 feet. 9 feet is pushing it. It's pushing it. I might take something that's 9 feet. We took equipment that was 9 feet. But once the equipment gets around 10 feet, everybody knows the limit is 13 feet 6 inches. So you don't really want to go past that. You don't want to be at 13 feet, because I've driven under overpasses that was 13.2, 13.4, and you really got like this much room to get under this bridge, and you don't want to be in a situation where you're worried about going under a bridge. So I would say always just, stay in a safe area.
Yeah.
Stay in a safe area, but the flatbeds, they already sit at 5 feet, roughly. They sit at about 5 feet, so now you got less height to work with
Yeah.
as far as picking up equipment versus a step deck. The lower end of the step deck is around like 3 feet, so that buys you more space, so
Yeah.
and more options.
Yeah. So when you guys see us holding like those, excavators and things like that, it's because the step of
The lower deck.
the lower deck is lower, so we don't have to worry so much about the height.
Yeah.
So if you're thinking about anything when it comes to like a flatbed step deck, I will say that step deck will give you more access to more loads, especially if you get ramps. We don't have ramps yet, but we're gonna get some. But we see a lot of loads, that require ramps, and obviously they pay more for those ones too. So that's something that we're gonna get in the future.
I wish we'd got ramps.
I know.
We're gonna get some ramps, but yeah, the perfect setup is get your truck, step deck, ramps.
Yeah.
Don't even get a tarp. Just get ramps.
Get ramps.
That's
That will
it.
compensate for if you don't want to do anything tarping. Like we don't do anything tarping. Like we said, he has only done 3 loads with tarps. In the whole time that we have been trucking, and last year. Again, like you can make money. You just have to be a little bit different than 95% of the other, truckers in the industry. So last year, within about 6 months of trucking that we actually did, the 6 months of running and taking loads, we made $102,000. So a little bit over 100. It's for about 6 months. It was not bad. Not bad at all. That we wish we could have made more. Of course, more is always
We're
better.
gonna do it this year.
Yeah.
Crack it, going over 200.
Yeah. So this year we're
Going over 200,000.
yeah hoping that that we can double that. But we'll see.
Yeah, because we started like in an odd situation. It was like we started off power only, and then like July, then we got the step deck in July, and that's when things are closing down. Like the rates are not the rates, but the loads are slowing down.
Hey James,
So-
thank you so much. We appreciate that. Thank you so much. So we don't believe that there is a shortage of drivers out here. Like we don't
No.
believe that. That's no.
Propaganda, man.
That's what that is.
It's too many. I see too many trucks out here. I don't know what they're talking about. Everywhere, from the rest area to the truck stops to driving down the road, it's trucks everywhere. Even in remote areas, you would see trucks or semis or whatever everywhere. When them
Yeah.
guys were saying it's a trucker shortage, where? Where?
We
Where's
don't
the trucker
believe that.
shortage, man?
We don't believe that at all.
Are you talking about a shortage in company drivers? Like, you got to be more specific, because
Yeah.
just straight up truckers, I don't see it. I do not see it.
What's the freight rate are currently per mile?
For what?
So depends. Like for what type of trailer are you asking, Mazar? So for us, for step deck, the rate per mile that we're seeing is anywhere from low 290 to 340, somewhere around there. You know, obviously you get some of the states where they don't want to pay absolutely nothing, like Florida. We was just mentioning, you know, about Florida. Florida, them brokers do not want to negotiate anything, and they will tell you, "Oh no, I can't do that because I can get somebody else to take the load for for a lot less than that." Florida's tough to
Florida tried.
negotiate. Yeah,
In Florida, if the rates are low for step deck and flatbeds in Florida, like they like 190 to high
yeah,
$2.
yeah.
So I can't even imagine what dry van
For
is.
drive-in, so he's asking for drive-in. So for drive-in, we have seen him. I looked at him last week because I was gonna make a video on that, and they were it was so bad. They were like on the 80-90 cents per mile for drive-in.
It was company driver rates.
It's it's ridiculous. Yeah. So for drive-in, the last time I looked, it was last week, and they were like 80-90 cents per mile.
Yeah.
I don't know if they have changed this week. I don't see why they would, but and like it also depends on the areas. You know what state you're in
Mm-hmm.
and things like that. So, but they're low. They're really low.
They had tried in Texas too. Texas is kind of low.
What is a drive-in? Can you explain what a drive-in is?
It's the typical truck and trailer combination that you see on a highway every day.
It's the trailers where you take
You haul goods and
yeah, just like
equipment or whatever.
store merchandise, anything that is
Yeah.
dry. Items that don't need to be refrigerated. So it's
Yeah.
called drive-in because they're dry, like dry goods, basically.
It's a good answer.
I'm learning all of the trucking terminology
That's
out
a
here.
good answer. That sounds like something I'd have said in class. It's all a dry. Yeah, it is, I guess.
Dry goods.
I used to work in the shipping department, so yeah,
Yeah.
that's pretty much what it is. I used to load dry vans.
Yeah.
So that's pretty much what it is.
But yeah, credit is the key, Roy. That's the way to go. Like when we got into
Credit.
trucking, we had oh my goodness, before we started our own authority, even though we had purchased our truck cash, we had about I don't know, like probably like 20 credit cards. Like
Wow.
lined up, like we had like so many credit cards, and we have not used none of them, at the time because we were like, if anything happens within the business, we have the credit cards, and we had some with like really high limits, like 20,000, 15,000, 25,000. So we had like a lot of those just in case because you never know, you don't want to be using all your cash, and then what if you run out of cash, at the same time. So.
Don't listen to nobody saying just use the liquid. You need
Use
credit
both.
cards.
Yeah, use both.
You need the combination. The combination of both. They come in handy.
One of the subscribers said he parked his truck and started driving for Cisco. He's making $2,400 per week and home daily. That is really good. Congratulations. That is actually really, really
That's
good.
That's
Yeah.
good for a company driver.
Absolutely, yeah. He said he parked his truck, so he got his own truck. That's really good. That right now that's probably the best thing to do if you don't have a like a specialty trailer.
hmm I mean, you're limited to how much you can make, but it's constant. It's constant.
And you don't have the overhead
Yeah.
of the
Oh,
business.
the overhead of the
Yeah.
business.
Yeah, because that will kill you.
Yeah. When you're spending thousands per month in fuel, yeah, you should be glad you don't have to do that. So.
KB, what? He said he wanted to get into trucking until he rented a trailer from Home Depot and couldn't back into the driveway. It's practice. Takes a lot of
Yes.
practice, right?
Yeah.
But hey, knowing your limitations is a good thing as well. So
hmm Yeah, like I told the other guy, you got to know your limitations.
Yeah.
Know what you can and can't do.
Mhm.
I'm not some super trucker that could back into everything. I'm good enough. I'm good enough.
Mhm.
So there's no shame in that.
No, I mean, it's not for everybody. Seneca, he's a really safe driver, guys. Like he is super super safe. He always drives, the speed limit. I mean, the truck is governed to what
69.
69. I asked him if he wanted us to get it removed so that he can go faster. And he's like, no, I ain't racing nobody.
Oh,
So,
I ain't racing.
with the type of loads that we do, it's not about the miles. We're not racking miles to get paid.
Yep.
We get paid per load. So we don't worry about, let's do 5,000 miles in 3 days. Like, it's not like that for us. It's like, can we get 2 loads done this week? Yes. Okay, good. And, that's
5,000 in 3 days?
I don't know. I'm just throwing a number out there.
What kind of rocket truck? Jeez. 5,000 miles in 3 days. That's further than the whole U.S.
I said 5,000.
I'm just talking about the
5,000
distance.
miles.
I'm talking about the distance,
Okay.
the length of it.
It was just a number. Just giving an example of what you don't want to do.
I know. Yeah, when I was working for Warner, it was about that. It was about racking up miles.
Yeah.
So I had to drive faster. Now, we get loads, and it's like we don't have to really press it. We kind of set our own schedule as far as like how fast we want to go, when we want to get there. We let the broker know
Yeah.
when the load is going to be there on average.
Yeah.
Then he lets the customer know. Then we're off. I'm the guy that's in the lane where you'll pass me, and I'm doing 65.
Yeah.
I do 65 in the 70.
Yeah. He does. He's safe. So.
I could do 69 miles an hour, but I don't even. What's 4 miles an hour? I'll just keep it at 65.
Yeah. Hey, Bianca. Happy Easter and thank you.
I don't want to go that fast. Them guys be rolling out there, especially as soon as the sun go down and the reefer crew come out. When the reefers come out, they be jetting. But to run me off the road. They be bullying me out there. I'm like, oh, man.
Yeah.
I'm not doing 85, man. That's you. It's another lane.
Seneca be like, no, I'll move out of the way for you. God bless you. Keep on going.
Keep
Do
going,
90
man.
miles per hour if that's what you want to do. But, again, like I said, company drivers, sometimes they go for the miles. They feel the pressure, and sure. And for us, that's not the case. So,
It's easy 65 for me.
yeah.
You get behind me, you be mad at me. You be mad.
He's the driver that you've been mad at because he's going too slow. Yeah. Thank you, KB. Appreciate that.
I'm taking my time. I'm trying to live.
So, like for us, it's all about planning. Like we plan ahead. We try to plan, like the trips, the loads, things like that. And I think it makes it a little bit easier for Seneca to be able to drive at that speed without having to feel like he has to rush, to the receivers. Because I do all of the booking with the loads, so I do all of the booking and all of the planning, for the trips and the loads. That way he can just focus on driving. Like, that's his main responsibility is driving. So I don't want him to be like stressing out about like, oh, you gotta get there today, you gotta get there in the morning, you gotta rush to get there. Like I don't ever book him loads that that have that type of pressure.
Mm-hmm. Try not to. I mean, a lot of the
Yeah.
times, it depends on the time of the day when I pick it up,
Mm-hmm.
how long it takes me to secure the load. So that can add a little bit of pressure
Mm-hmm.
for the next day, how many miles I have to do that particular day. But for the most part, 95% of the times, it's not even like that.
Yeah.
It's just getting the truck, cruise. If you need 2 days to drive, then you need 2 days to drive. You let the broker know. The third day is gonna be there in the morning or whatever. So you just got to know your distances, how many miles on average you can drive.
Mm-hmm. And usually with the type of loads that we do, the brokers are really lenient about, the time. Like we don't ever get loads that are like or you gotta be there in, within this many,
Hmm.
hours or days. They usually like, so how long do you think it's gonna, get you to get there? Like they're pretty lenient because it's like equipment,
Hmm.
unless they're like needing it for that specific day or week. Like they don't be tripping about that at all.
Yeah,
Is there money in hauling livestock? I have never looked at the rates for livestock, but
I
I've
heard it
heard,
is.
yeah, I've heard from other drivers that there is a lot of money, within livestock.
They
So,
move. They roll the fastest on the
yeah,
highway.
yeah, they're allowed to drive. I'm not sure if it's like 80 or 90 or whatever,
They
however many miles per mile.
they be doing about 80, 90
Probably,
miles
yeah,
per hour.
yeah,
For a reason. You got livestock.
yeah.
Cows or whatever you're hauling. You got to get it to point A to point B because it needs to eat, needs to do whatever.
Oh, we have
So
a livestock hauler here. Yeah, he said there is money. He's a owner operator.
yeah,
As an owner operator, he said it pays. So yeah, that's what I've heard. We have talked to some people that do
yeah.
livestock, and they have said the same. They say
I
that it pays.
I never seen them pulled over ever. I never seen a policeman behind somebody with livestock. It's kind of like they turn a blind eye to them. They let them
Yeah,
do what they want to do, and yeah,
with no reason. You
yeah,
got
with all
live
reason.
animals in
Yeah,
there, so yeah,
yeah. I heard they get paid though. I heard
yeah.
that a long time ago.
So there you go. That's another, thing, another line to go
Yep.
in if you're considering, becoming owner operator. Do something different. Don't just, go and do drive in or power only because you think that that's what how you're gonna make the money. Like the days of making money within drive in, those days are gone. Like
Yeah,
there's,
I think so.
yeah,
You can make it, but it's like, man, just go be a company driver or go under somebody else's authority. That's what I say. Like the guy said he worked with a Cisco.
hmm.
Yeah, so do it that way. He makes 2,400. He said, and he comes home. He come home every day. So
KB, we've seen that. Yeah, we've seen that on YouTube a lot, and I mean, you make your money however you make your money, but but man, some of the stuff that I see there is just, people they like to inflate their numbers like so much, and they will never tell you the real truth of things, and
hmm
I don't like that because it's the reality. If it's bad, it's bad. If it's good, it's good, and lying about things is just not. But I seen like those courses and like the dispatching and now that I before we got into trucking, I started seeing, looking and doing my research, and I seen, like the dispatching courses and this and that, and now that that we're into trucking and I'm the dispatcher, I'm like, if they just knew how much truck drivers don't like dispatchers, like they wouldn't be paying no money for no dispatching course out there, like literally. It's
hmm
just, to me, it's just insane, that you see that.
I mean, dispatchers are okay, but we don't need it. We don't need it. Brokers are already a headache, so to have one more person in the middle
Hmm.
dealing with your rates and your loads, and it's like
Yeah.
I wish I could get rid of the brokers and go straight to the shipper.
Yeah.
Honestly, so dealing with dispatchers is like
Yeah.
it's more of a headache for me.
Yeah. He said that they almost got him with the dispatching situation, dispatching course.
You know what? I would say just go straight to being a broker.
Yeah.
That's all a dispatcher is, really, because they have to contact the broker. It's just one more middleman in between. So, and they get paid way less. So you might as well just go ahead and just be a broker. Just that's another route you can go. If you don't want to be a
Hmm.
dispatcher, go be a broker. The brokers are the only people in trucking really that's making nearly the same thing as the truckers per load.
Probably more.
Probably more
Yeah.
as of recent. And they be online bragging about it.
Yeah.
They be
Yeah.
bragging like, yeah, we know how much we're charging. we
Hmm.
know what we're doing to the rates. What are you gonna do about it?
Yeah.
And all of the truckers like, oh man, we can't do nothing.
Yeah. But with dispatching, that was something that like I learned everything on my own. I mean, it's not rocket science. Like all you gotta do is pick up the phone and call the broker, literally
That's it.
negotiate the rate. I mean, you gotta understand, the market and things like that. But other than that, it's just not. It's not difficult. Like anybody can
Mm-mm.
do it without having to, take a course and pay all this money for that. Like, you know, I had questions. I was trying to understand all the legalities and everything. That I used to call the FMCSA like almost daily, four or
Yeah.
five times a day. You know, just to ask a lot of questions at the beginning. You know, before when we was getting ready to get our own authority, and that's
Hmm.
how you learn. You know, that's how I did it. I didn't have to pay for anything. I didn't pay for no course of anything, and I did all of the paperwork to set up the
All of it.
authority, like all of it, all of the legalities. Like I did it myself, all the paperwork, licenses, permits, everything. I did, you know, I started booking the loads from day one and haven't had any issues yet. Like
Yeah.
we have not had issues with, you know, not getting paid for the load or, you know, things like that, because I see a lot of people go through that at the beginning when they're new, but I always check the broker's credit. Like I always do that just
Hmm.
to make sure. And if I'm not too sure about that broker, I call my
Factoring company.
factoring
Yeah.
company and I ask them, hey, can you check them for me as well? Like I'm checking him on here online, but you check them as well just to make sure, and they do that for me. So
That happened twice, I
yeah,
think.
that I
That
call
I can
them.
recall.
Yeah,
Yeah.
that I call them, and I'm like, I don't know, like this, their profile does it. It looks kind of iffy. So can you check them for me? And they checked them, and they were like, no, it's fine. So
Yeah. Yeah. What I would say, man, just go be a broker. If you want to be a dispatcher,
mm-hmm.
go make the real money. The dispatchers, I don't know how much. I don't know how much they make, but they're not doing what the brokers and truckers are doing. So if you're gonna get in the game, get in it for real. Any more questions?
There's the livestock holder. He said, never problem with DOT. Landowners and farmers run America and set the rules. Pretty much.
Yeah,
Yeah. Yeah.
they be blowing past me. Zero. I'll be like, yo, man, he gotta be doing 100. I know he doing 100.
Yeah.
And you see the police just look at him and he go right past them.
Yeah.
Police don't do anything. I'm doing 75 and a 70. Them lights coming up.
Yeah.
I'm glad I got a governor on this truck. The
Yeah.
police can never say I'm breaking the speed limit.
No, at least not on the highway.
I don't know how. I'm like,
No.
man, you're lying. You just wanted to pull me over, man. Just say it.
Yeah.
Let's be honest.
So yeah, we're on this for the long haul, guys. So we try to be really careful with everything, you know, like violating any rules and you know things like that. We just had our new entrant safety audit last month, and we passed that with flying colors, everything good.
Hmm.
But you know, because we're really careful with everything, you know, we don't want any problems out here.
Yeah, that safety audit is pressure.
Yeah, yeah,
It's like a DOT officer wants your logbook and everything in it, and he looks through it to see if he see any violation,
yeah.
anything that's really suspect that will put you out of service.
Hmm.
So
Yeah, I'm gonna make a separate video on that, you know, like what we did
yeah.
to make sure that we passed and, you know, that we had everything that we needed. But yeah, they ask you for your logs for 30 days within the last, it has to be within the last 6 months. So 30 days of logs, and you have to send it to them, you know, for them to log in and see you, everything that you have done within those 30 days. So if you have anything in there that is kind of fishy,
Hmm.
they, they might say something, you know.
They probably would request
Hmm.
more than they'll start investigating and decide whether or not they're going to put you out of service or not. So
Yeah.
yeah, it's we passed.
Yeah.
We passed.
Yeah.
And yeah, you got to talk to a police officer. What was it, a police officer? Or DOT?
It was
The
a
sheriff?
state trooper.
State trooper.
Yeah, it was a
That's who
state
it
trooper.
was.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what it was. He called me about 3 times, you know, just inform, because I was emailing him like how, you know, how is it going? Do you need anything else? You gotta, you know, make yourself available to them so that they know that you're not hiding anything. So I sent him an email like, hey, Mr. Trooper, is there anything else that you need? Any other paperwork that I can provide to help you, you know, complete the audit? Like, please let me know. I'm here to assist you with everything. And he actually called me and he was like, oh, hey, Mrs. Dent, no, like I'm looking over your paperwork right now. I will call you and let you know as soon as I'm done. He was really nice. Like, he was super nice.
Hmm.
So,
Yeah, you got to have your paperwork straight. Your logs got to be straight.
yeah,
If you're doing anything sketchy, they will see it.
yeah. But yeah, there is a lot of companies filing bankruptcy. Like we've seen it on the news too. We've seen, a lot of the. This is for James that he was asking.
Mhm.
We've seen, a lot of the, like some of the companies just shutting down their doors and leaving all these drivers, just
Un-
hanging without getting
Unpaid.
paid. Yeah, it's crazy.
I seen that. And the drivers are like in different states all across the country.
Yeah,
Imagine that. And then your boss says, "Hey, we're out of business. Oh, you're not getting paid, and we don't know how you're getting home." That's pretty much what happened. So
it's crazy.
I think I seen that twice this year.
Yeah.
Twice.
Some of them, I think one of them was in Florida.
One was in Florida.
Yeah.
Yep.
Yeah, it's
One
pretty
was in
wild.
Florida. And drivers just they showed up at the company door just with the truck, and people were telling them like just leave the truck where it's at, since they don't want to pay you.
It's crazy that they do that.
They don't want to pay you, and they just go out of business out of the blue. It's like, why would you come out of your pocket to spend your money to get their truck home? So a lot of people said just leave their truck where it is, and it doesn't matter where in the states it is.
That's what I will do. Just leave it
I
there.
would too.
If I ain't getting paid for it, why am I going to worry about bringing it all the way to you?
Call me an Uber, take me to the airport. Take me to the airport. I'm going back to Florida
Yeah,
or Washington, whatever.
yeah. But yeah, guys, for that reason, we support a lot of, get your own, like become your own boss. If you're in that position, financially that you can do that, like for us it has been like the best thing ever. Yes, it's stressful, and yes, it takes a lot of money and a lot of other things, but at the same time it has been like the best decision that we could have made when it comes to a business for us.
Hmm.
So we support that big time. If you can get your own truck, go get your own truck. Just make sure that you plan ahead and have your savings for what you might need.
You get your money and your
Hmm.
credit straight. I mean, that's any business. It's just this is just one more business,
Yeah,
another type of business.
yeah,
That's I guess that's the thumb rule for any business that anyone is starting. So it's no different from trucking. It's just you need more.
hmm,
You need a little bit more.
yeah. Yeah, they can get you for abandoning their equipment. I'm pretty sure that they can do that. And you know what? The crazy thing is that nobody's getting them for not paying these drivers. The driver can get in trouble for abandoning the equipment, but who's getting these companies for not paying the drivers? Like I was reading something about that company in Florida that went bankruptcy, and it said that as long as they file bankruptcy within whatever, however many days, they are protected by law and they don't gotta pay the drivers. The drivers can't do nothing.
Mm,
The company is protected because they file bankruptcy. So now they're like, whatever.
yeah.
And then what about the drivers? It's crazy that that's how it is.
It's an ugly game out here.
Derek, I just, I'm ADHD, so I obsess with a lot of things. He
She
says that
do.
I know more about trucking than a lot of people that
She
are
do.
like, I obsess with a lot of things. So,
When I was working for Warner, when I used to be on the road and we was getting ready to start our business, she used to call me on the phone and be telling me things I had no idea about. And I was a truck driver, and she never even been in a semi, and she was telling me things I had no idea existed.
yeah,
She's like, "Yeah, you got to get this form and get this, and you got to wait 30 days to do this." I'm like, "Huh? What?" I'm like, "I don't know none of this."
yeah. I just have a very obsessive brain. Like if I want to get into something, like for me, I have to understand it first. It has to like make perfectly sense in my head, or I can't do it. Like that's the only way it works
She's
for
like
me.
that.
And I'm like that with
She's like
everything.
a missile locking
Yeah,
in. Once she want to do something, she locks in, and that's that.
yeah.
She'll learn how to do it.
So when I decided that we was gonna put all this money into trucking, I was like, it needs to make sense in my head first, and I have to understand every single regulation and everything, and everything that is involved within trucking before I can make that take that
Yeah,
step, and that's what
you're
we
right.
did.
She do know more than most truckers. That's what I told her. I said the only thing missing is a CDL. That's it. Anything outside that, everything, every single thing. She know what I be doing. You know how the load's supposed to be sitting, the chains or whatever,
Yeah.
the straps. So she knows pretty much everything.
That's right. Scare money makes no money. That is so true. You gotta, send your money out there to make you more money. Just make sure that you understand, what you're investing your money in. That is so true.
Scared money don't make money.
Yeah, that's just how it is.
It's always been like that.
Yeah, yeah.
That's a life rule.
And the other thing is like have a plan. If you're gonna get into trucking, and yeah, you're gonna see big chunks of money. You're gonna come around big chunks of money, but have a plan on what you're gonna do with it. Like what's your plan for that money? Like hopefully it's not just going and spending it on unnecessary things. Like invest that money into something else to. Hopefully you don't have to be a trucker forever.
Hmm.
Like for us, real estate is the other thing that that we're like obsessed with.
Hmm.
I started doing real estate when I was 20 years old. So I started investing in real estate at the age of 20. And then from there, did a little bit here, a little bit there. And that's actually how we ended up with, money to purchase the truck cash and do, a lot of the things that we're doing today. So that's, just have a plan for all of that, for your money.
Yeah. Gotta have a plan.
Hmm. And we're really excited, guys. So we're hoping to be able to. So we have a home in Washington State. I have a tenant in there right now, but we are hoping to be able to pay it off at the end of this year. So we're really excited about that because once we get that paid off, that's like a big asset that we're gonna have. That is completely paid off. That is gonna be, uh, uh, we're gonna have a home, a forever home if we want to, without having to make any payments other than your taxes and your insurance.
Hmm.
But we're gonna make a video the day we get ready to send that last payment because it's a big accomplishment as well.
Yeah, gotta get a tenant they notice.
Yeah,
Probably gonna give it to them about 6 months out.
yeah,
Give them a 6 month notice, like, hey,
yeah.
this is it.
Yeah, like we have had the same tenant in that house for going on 6 years now. And she's the one that has paid like a big portion of it, paying that rent. Like I don't keep none of that money. Like I put all of that money right back into the house. Like I pay extra every month because that was my goal to get it paid off, soon. And it's so far it's almost there.
I can't wait.
Yeah, me too.
Have a house again.
I know. So that's the plan for us guys to exit out of the truck. We've been living in the truck for 6 months now, like full time, but we're gonna be exiting out of the truck, moving into the house, the one where we have the tenant right now. So we're gonna give her, we're gonna let her know that we're not gonna renew the next lease. So the next lease is coming up in May of next year. So that's when we're gonna exit out of the truck into the house in Washington State, and then we're just gonna be, we're still gonna be trucking, but we will have a home to go to now. Instead of when we want to take time off, we go to hotels.
Hmm. Yeah, real estate is the next thing. I feel like trucking. It's a money machine to fund whatever you want to do. That's
Hmm.
bigger than trucking.
Yeah.
Can you make $1 million in trucking? Yeah, if you stayed in 10 years, 15 years as an owner operator, and everything works in your favor, and like
Hmm.
everything got to be aligned to make $1 million in trucking, and you have to do it that long. But it's like, nah, some guys could do it. I don't know, not me.
Yeah.
When in 2025, I want to have an option to either exit trucking or do I want to stay in
Yeah.
by 2025.
Yeah, it's not something that we want to do forever, like our whole life, like it's so far that's not something that we have, thought about like, oh, we're gonna be doing trucking for the next 20 years. No, like, we're here for the long haul. However, like not 20 years.
Mm. Nah.
That's too many years. So I don't know, maybe 2, 3 years down the line, we're gonna see what we want to do within trucking. If we want to continue to, be out here, or if we just want to, into something else. Roll the window because the microphone is right there. It's going to be hard to hear.
You can roll up both of them.
That one is fine. It's just because the truck driver over there.
All right. Yeah. 2025 come around. I just want to have the option.
Yeah.
Do I want to keep doing this? Most likely I am, but I saw that pop up. If I do stay in, I want to upgrade to RGN. That's where the big money is. RGN, wide loads.
I agree.
I
it's
want to graduate to that.
Yeah.
That's when you're making hundreds of thousands of dollars a year.
Yeah. So we are considering the possibility of upgrading the equipment maybe next year. We will see how the market is next year, but Seneca wants to get a different truck and get an RGN so that he can do heavy hauling. So that's something that we're considering. We'll see. We will see how
Yeah.
it goes.
Get to that point, then I'm done. It's like, yeah, I'm good right there.
Yeah, you will stay with that. But yeah, that's the way to go. You gotta take baby steps, like one of the subscribers said. You gotta have your company set up and have your business credit set up, and even if you're a company driver and you're planning on getting as an owner operator, you can start working on those things like way before that. Like set up your LLC, apply for business credit, keep building that up. So the day you make that change, you will be set. You will be good.
Yeah, we had our LLC
Way
before
yeah, way before we started
before we even
yeah.
thought about doing semi. The whole thing started with box trucking. The whole idea, we started off thinking about doing box trucks. Then eventually it turned into this. But we had a LLC about a year before we even started this. So
Yeah. Derek, thank you again. Yeah, I do get a lot of I get a lot of messages like people wanting to do consulting, and it was something that I was not willing to do because I don't know. I just, at the beginning I was like, no, like not right now. But, because I keep constantly getting messages about that. Like, can I talk to you? Where can I reach out to you? Where can I talk to you? That was one of the reasons why we decided to start doing lives so that they can ask all the questions here. And then I said, all right, since I keep getting messages constantly about, consulting, I decided to, to be open to that. So I posted on my, on my page that I am going to be doing consulting. If anybody have questions, if they want any private like one-on-one phone conversation to ask questions or whatever, that I'm willing to do that now.
yeah, people are always asking.
Yeah, we get so
for
many
advice.
messages about that. Like, can we talk to you? Can we do some consulting? But like I said before, it was something that we was like, we was too focused on the business, and I didn't want to get distracted with anything. But now I'm like, okay, we'll do that.
I mean, we tell a lot of things. We
We
give out a
shared,
lot of
yeah,
information
we shared
just in the
so much,
videos.
yeah, on the video.
Period.
I tried to put it all on the videos, just put it there for everybody that has questions. But sometimes like each person has like their own specific questions, that they want to ask, and that's why that's why they want to do like one-on-one. And I say, yeah, we'll start doing that
Got my head cut off right there.
because I don't know. Are you? I have no idea. I just noticed that. It was not cut off earlier. I have no clue why it cut off. What's an RGN? Seneca, can you explain what's an RGN?
I'm gonna give you the correct definition.
An RGN is a removable
A
gooseneck.
removable gooseneck, yeah.
It's a
You know what it is? It's a low boy that can detach. Removable gooseneck.
So it's
Yeah.
another type of trailer where you can haul heavier equipment than what we're hauling. It's lower. It almost sits on the ground. It's like super low, so you can hold things that are a lot higher, a lot taller, and then the neck of the trailer, the neck of the trailer that connects to the truck is removable. That's why it's called a removable
It
gooseneck.
detaches, and you could drive whatever equipment on the trailer.
Oh, there you go.
It,
Your head is back. I
okay.
had scroll up. That's why.
You could drive whatever equipment you want to drive on the trailer without needing ramps. So it comes apart. It's really a lowboy that comes apart, and the lower section or the lower deck drops to the ground, and you could drive whatever you need to drive on the lower deck on the lower deck. Once
Yeah.
it gets on the deck, then you put it back together again, and
Yeah.
then you're off.
Yeah. But that's what we want to do next year, hopefully, if we can upgrade the equipment, that we have.
Like when you see those construction sites and those real big excavators, it got hauled by a RGN,
Mm-hmm.
most of them.
Yeah.
So, and them things be 70, 80,000 pounds. So that's a different ball game. You need more permits. You got to go special routes, but the pay is worth it. So
Yeah. It pays a lot more.
a whole lot more. It's like the pros of
Yeah.
trucking.
Yeah. It's like now you're not a basic,
Yeah,
trucker. Like you gotta have
this
takes a little bit more of a skill to do that.
this is collegiate level.
Mm-hmm.
RGN is like the pros.
Yeah.
So
Because with that you need like special permits. You need escorts a lot of the times.
yeah,
So depending on what you're hauling.
yeah. Once I get into that, I'm good.
Yeah. And yeah, Derek, that's something that that we're gonna look into when we move to Washington State, because being home every night will be very nice, especially because all my family's there. My kids live in Washington. All my family's there, so it will be nice to be home and be around them a lot more. And you're right. Cross country. That's right. Like we started at the same, the same place. It's just that I did a lot more research, and I wanted to understand everything that that we was doing, and in order to handle our business and make sure that we was in compliance with everything. But what I find out is a lot of people they want somebody to just provide them all of the information, like, here, this is everything that you need, like, take everything is right here. And it's not that simple, because you gotta understand. It's so much more that you have to understand. Some people don't want to do all of that, all of the research. They just want that one place to go to for everything, and I'm like, wait, no, it's like a lot of things. It's not just one thing.
You said your information is not free, sweetheart.
I know. I know, and I feel like we provide so much free information here already, and that's why I was like, I don't want to compromise my time, away from. I already spend a lot of time doing, YouTube. I don't want to, compromise more time and not stay focused, in our business by doing that. But I said, all right, I'll start, taking some of those calls.
Oversized loads, yeah. In a nutshell, that's what it is.
Seneca, what is one or two of the most important pieces of equipment? Straps, lights, extra tires? Like, what is it?
Extra tires.
Some people have extra tires on
I
their.
don't know.
They take
I've
on
seen
their
guys
truck.
with at least one
Yeah,
more.
yeah.
Mm,
For us, I will say, when it comes
maybe
to the
straps.
loads, the straps and chains,
Yeah,
probably. Yeah,
straps and chains.
yeah,
'Cause that's all I use. I just use straps and chains and use the tarp 3 times, so it's not the tarp. But whenever you call a broker, um, I'm not gonna say all the time, but sometimes they want to know how many straps you got, or they will have use chains, no straps. So yeah, I would say chains and straps.
yeah. Making
And that,
sure that you have enough or have extras of those, because the straps they can
break
They can break.
and
They
wear
can
down.
damage and they can break. So you gotta have extras of those.
And have corner pieces.
Yeah.
Have corner pieces, binders. Have fluids for your vehicle. You know, have some antifreeze. Have some antifreeze, some oil already set inside.
KB, I will say that if that person is a flatbedder or step deck, yeah, like some some straps, some chains, because the straps and chains, they can get expensive because of how many you have to get. So that would be nice. The tires are really expensive too if you're getting them brand new. So that would be something that they would probably appreciate a lot.
He had a girlfriend in Tacoma. Used to be in Tacoma all the time.
So that's where me and Seneca met. It was right there near Tacoma in that area. I used to live in Lakewood. You're probably familiar with that Lakewood, and then I used to work at the base, the military base, Fort Lewis. Seneca was
I was stationed in
active
Fort
military
Lewis.
there. Yeah.
I was stationed in Fort Lewis, and I was in the National Guard in Seattle. So I'm familiar with Tacoma. Very
Yeah.
familiar.
And then we purchased a home in Lacey, which is near Tacoma as well. And we was there for what, like 3 or 4 years in that area.
I still live. Yeah, I had an apartment a long time ago in Tacoma. It was a high-rise building. That was a long time
Tattoo
ago.
man.
What do you say?
He says gotta go drop his load. All right, well, stay safe on the road. Thank you for connecting. It was nice talking to you guys, and we're gonna try and do this every Sunday. See how that goes. But be safe out there on the road, buddy. Bye. Please go feed the ponies.
Try.
No, he said, please go feed the ponies to the person that is driving. Going to drop off the hay for the horses.
Oh, okay.
But yeah, that whole area, Washington State, is beautiful. Like it's just so different, and we really miss being over there. We moved out of there back in 2019, and we've been in the Florida area for a while now, and we like it. Like we really like Florida. However, it's so damn hot in the summertime.
It's too hot.
It's too hot for us. Like we can't do it. We want to come back in the winter time to Florida. Spend the winters in Florida and the summers in Washington. That's kind of the goal for us.
It is extremely hot in Florida in the summer. If you visit Florida, just go in the wintertime.
Yeah.
That's what I tell people. Don't go in the summer.
Yeah, KB. Yeah, he can see the comments. I got my computer right here, so he can see them.
My eyes still good.
His eyes are probably better than mine. Hi, Adair. Welcome. Welcome and happy Easter. What state are you guys in? Tell me some of the states that you guys are in right now. We're in PA right now. Pennsylvania.
With the border of Pennsylvania.
We're good, Adair. We're doing really good. How are you? Lakewood.
You too, huh?
that was home for us. Lakewood, Tacoma, that was home. Oh my God, Ruston Way. I'm pretty sure you're familiar with Ruston Way. That was where we used to go like every weekend. That was our like hangout spot for me and Seneca
Be
there.
cruising down South Tacoma
Yeah.
Way, cruising down Bridgeport.
Yeah. Yeah.
You just left VA, yep.
Yeah, we was just there in Virginia this morning. We stayed there last night in Virginia. Oh, stop it. Florida people are nice. The ones that are not from Florida. Oh my goodness, from Brazil. Wow. Nice. We're in Pennsylvania right now, Adair.
Maybe we could go someday.
Yeah, that would be nice to go to Brazil one day. We've never been there before. Have you been to the States before?
You speak Portuguese?
I don't. I speak English and Spanish.
L.A.
From LA. Oh my God, we did one load to California, and that DOT over there traumatized the hell out of us. We don't want to go back.
Yeah. We was out there by Compton. I never been to Compton before. That I thought it was gonna be like the movies. For some weird reason, I'm thinking like it's gonna be like the movies. Like I'm gonna see a bunch of guys walking around with LA Kings hats in black. I'm like, this ain't like the movies.
So we got pulled into the weigh station. We was stuck in traffic for like what 5 hours, and
Yeah.
then as soon as the traffic got better, we was like, okay, finally we get to go. Went down the hill. DOT weigh station was there, and we got pulled right in, and we got in trouble. You want to tell him what you got in trouble for?
Oh, it was the tandems. The tandems in California, the rules are different. You know, the kingpin to the rear axle got to be 41 feet. I had my tandems all the way back, which is more than 41 feet. So the DOT was like, you can't leave until you get the tandems, you know, to 41 feet. You know, California regulation. And California is like the only state, one of the few states. I'm saying the only, but one of the
One
few
of the
states
few,
that's
yeah.
like that.
Which it would have been fine, just move the tandems and you're good to go. We had everything else. It was just that part. However, we couldn't move them because the load that we had on the truck.
Yeah.
Adair, yes, I am married. This is my husband, Seneca, right here next to me.
What?
Are you married? Are you single?
So
Oh, hey, Bianca. Oh, so you're okay. Your husband. Do you go on the truck with him or do you stay home? What other state is like that? Seneca, I have the list right there of the states that do that. Maybe you can read it. The ones that require that have that same requirement.
um, yeah, this is it right here. If they probably can't see it.
You
But
can put it on that one, on the phone. If you want to show it on the phone.
like the top is how California wants your axles.
And he's asking what other states are
Other
like that.
states, 41 feet.
Yeah.
Alabama. Oh, California's 40. I'm correction, 40 feet, not 41.
I think that's the only one that's 40.
Michigan is 40 feet 6 inches.
Yeah.
Yeah, there's only two states that want 40 feet. It's California and Michigan. Alabama 41, California is 40, Connecticut 43, Florida 41. Then there's a bunch of them over here. New Hampshire, New Jersey, North Carolina, PA, Rhode Island, South Carolina, Tennessee, Vermont, Virginia. West Virginia is 37.
What the?
That's
That's insane.
37 feet
Yeah.
for West Virginia.
Wow. Oh, Bianca,
Yeah.
the kids keep you busy, huh? 4 kids? Yeah. But that's good. You probably never feel lonely, right? With the kids? That's a good thing. Oh, Derek, you're in New York? Yeah.
I run a couple loads up there for Warner.
We have never gone there with our own, huh? To New York.
We went to Jersey,
Yeah, we went to Jersey.
New Jersey.
Yeah.
Did we touch New York? I think we.
We was right next to it. I think it was like right next to it.
Yeah, we was probably next. That was New Jersey. We jumped into, but we kind of went out real quick.
Yeah.
We was at the border of New Jersey.
Yeah, we was right there. But yeah, guys, we got in trouble in California because of that, and that was the only time that we been over there with a load.
Them fuel prices are crazy in California.
Yeah.
That's another reason why I don't want to go back. In 2022, it was like $6 a gallon, $7 a gallon up in California for diesel.
Yeah.
I was like, we're never going back to California.
Bianca, for me, it was Wyoming. Like I love that. Oh my goodness, that state. I told Seneca that I want to move over there now.
That's,
The scenery,
yeah,
the drive in Wyoming. Obviously, in the summertime, the wintertime is horrible. You know,
yeah.
everything gets shut down because of the ice, the snow, the winds. But the summertime, we went through there. I don't know, probably 5 6 times last summer. Oh my God, it
Mm-hmm.
is so beautiful. It was so beautiful over there.
Over there with Kanye.
Oh, it just seems so peaceful because you're so
It
far away
is.
from everything. The mountains, the trees, the everything. It's so amazing.
I like driving through the mountains in the summer,
Yeah, yeah,
not the winter, but the summertime.
yeah.
It's very scenic. Thanks.
Thanks, Ephraim. Thank you so much. Welcome to the channel and happy Easter. But yeah, for me, it was Wyoming and then Utah is the other one.
Utah's beautiful.
Yeah, the mountains, the everything is so different over there.
She was questioning, should she move out here? I'm like, I don't know about this.
I was already cooking a plan in my head. Like,
It
let
looks
me
good.
see. Like, if we get this money and then we buy a house over here.
It's like one of them places where you see like a big house alongside a stream or a river, and it's
Yeah,
a mountain behind it. It's like just very scenic, and it's
yeah,
alluring.
it
I can see
is.
why people move out there.
Oh yeah,
It's like if you're just trying to escape everything. You're tired of the city life and the noise.
that's the place you go.
Wyoming and Utah is like the place you go.
Yeah. Like every time that we stop at a rest area or a truck stop, for Seneca to check the load, I would just jump out of the truck and go exploring, and then he had to come and find me
I know.
because it's so nice over there, like so nice.
Yeah.
But maybe one day you can go with your husband. Leave the kids with grandma, grandpa. Go with your husband. Just do like a road trip to one of the states that you think that you might enjoy. It's fun. Like it's fun to do that.
Hmm. How many people on here?
Right now
Yeah, like
14.
a
Yeah,
14.
there was 25 earlier.
Okay.
Yeah. What time is it?
It is. Let me see. 6. 6
Oh
o'clock.
wow, so we've been going for like hour and a half.
Yeah, so 88 minutes.
Oh, okay. The diesel in Colton is 450. Colton, California.
Oh, Colton.
Oh, okay. It went down some. When we went there the last time, it was $6.13, somewhere around there. It was over six
It was
dollars.
over 6.
Yeah, but that was summer last year when we
Hmm.
went there. So it was over $6. We was like, what? Like no.
Hopefully it stays at 450.
Yeah.
Said Utah dope.
Yeah, it's really nice there.
Yeah, that
Yeah.
cost of living though. Yeah,
Yeah, I bet.
driving in between the mountains, and the mountains look unreal.
They
It
do.
look unreal, like they're about to fall, but they just sitting there,
Yeah.
and it's like a road going in between, and it's very scenic.
Oh wow. So okay, so regular gas is more than diesel over there. That's crazy. In Orange County. That's wow. That's pretty wild.
470. Wow.
Yeah. That is pretty wild.
Most of the states is $3, $2 for
Mhm.
regular gas.
Yeah. Is your husband a company driver or is he a owner operator, Bianca?
So
Where, where do you find your flip phone, Seneca?
this ain't the old one. This the new one. This ain't the old flip phone. I know what you're talking about. The kind I had in like 2003.
No, it's a new one.
Yeah.
They're coming back with they're bringing the old to
Yeah.
make it new again, the style. Yeah, it's pretty cool.
It's not the old one, man.
Hmm. Oh, okay. So he's an owner operator. Cool. What type of trailer does he does?
He said, "What? You found a flip phone?"
I know when my daughter saw his phone, she was so shocked as well. She was like, "Can I open it?" It's a cool phone.
Yeah. Probably get another one next year.
Yeah.
I want to fold.
You want a fold one,
The fold.
not a flip?
No, the flip is like just it flips. The fold is like the whole screen,
Oh,
and it
okay.
shows on the outside too.
Yeah.
Well, I might keep this one for like 5, 6 years, like I did the last one. So
I had my last one for like 6 years
yeah,
before I switched. Yeah.
I'm not a big phone guy unless something
If it's needed.
I really like it and I
Yeah.
really want it.
Yeah. Yeah, for sure.
Yeah, but this trucking, being owner operator, it's the best decision we made.
For us,
Yeah.
it has been the best decision we made.
I used to work in factories, and that was a different situation.
Yeah.
The army, that was different.
Oh yeah, Bianca, the trailers are super expensive. You know, like if you own it, like all of the maintenance and repairs and anything that you gotta, fix within trucking is so ridiculous expensive. So for some people it does work, renting them instead of owning them.
Hmm.
If you can, still make the money, then yeah, it's a way to go as well.
That's what we tried to do at first.
Yeah, we was gonna when we first got in, we didn't have
Yeah.
a trailer, so we was looking into renting a reefer, and it was just
Yeah.
at that time there was not much available like anywhere. Everybody had a waiting list,
Yeah,
and
it was not really good equipment out there,
yeah, it was really
and
crappy equipment.
everybody wanted at least 12 to $1,500 per month just to rent the equipment, and the equipment was not even good.
Yeah, it was
So
like, oh, here we go, but you gotta fix this and fix that, and I was
I
like,
remember that.
wait, what? Like it's
Yeah.
your trailer. Why did I have to fix that?
Yeah, I
Yeah, it
remember
was
that.
like, no, we're not doing that.
Yeah, we met some guy. We was looking at a reefer before we got the step deck. Met the guy, and he explained to us everything we have to do to get the reefer to run properly. And
Yeah.
I'm like, I'm gonna rent this from you I'm gonna pay you every month, and you want us to fix all of these things out of our pocket?
Like it needed new tires, and he was like, "Yeah, just take it to the shop and get new tires. Not a big deal." I'm like, "Wait, it's your trailer. Like, why do we have to do that? Like, no."
I was like, no, we didn't call him back. We did not call him back. That was the early days. We didn't even have a trailer yet.
That's the new one. That's the new one, Derek.
Yeah, that's the new one.
Oh, cool. Yeah, so
So,
he's doing bobtail moving trailers. Yeah. So we did a little bit of that at the beginning. Before we got our own trailer, we was doing power only. So we was moving other people's trailers.
mhm.
From different states as well. It was mainly from. We got really lucky that we made a connection with a local broker from Florida. So we was moving their trailers from Florida to Georgia, like back and forth. It was like a round trip back and
Yeah,
forth, like every week, couple times a week actually.
we made about what 5,000 every week.
Yeah, yeah,
Yeah, it was a good route. It was Zellwood, Florida to Griffin, Georgia. That was the route, back and forth. Got it about two or three times per week.
yeah,
Yeah, and we make anywhere from about four to 6,000.
yeah. And we was home like every other night, so it was
Yeah,
good. and not a lot of money in fuel because
Mm-hmm.
it was a short distance, so it was okay, and we was brand new. Like we have just got our own authority, so we was brand new, and this broker he took a chance, to work with us, and it was good. Like it really helped us get through that 90-day period where a lot of the brokers don't want to work with you, so that
Mm-hmm.
was good. Yeah, you can. I seen that. I seen that you can use other people's trailers. Use them for a certain amount of days, and then go drop them off wherever location they want you to drop it off at. Yeah, some of them for like 8 days, 10 days, however many days they want to let you do that for. Yeah, I seen that. That's another way to if you don't have a trailer, that's another way to to do it.
Mm-hmm. Oh, okay, I see. I think
Hmm.
that's what you was talking about.
Yeah, I was just answering that, or yeah, talking about that question. But yeah, guys. So let's see. You're right about that, Bianca. That's totally how how this trucking industry works. A lot of people don't understand, the sacrifice, that has to be made within the family, the household. Like your husband being away from home for that many days,
Mm-hmm.
when you have kids in the house. It's a really hard life. Like it's very difficult. Like at the beginning when we first started our own authority, even when Seneca was working for Warner and he was gone, like he will only come home maybe once, maybe twice a month. And we have just moved to a brand new state, in Florida. We have no family, no friends, nobody. So I was there by myself, like completely isolated from everybody. Like I had a full-time job, and the only people that I knew was the people at work. That was it. And it was really hard. Like it was really difficult. So I can't even imagine, you with kids. It's a very hard life.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, we're really lucky now that we get to be with each other in the truck like 24/7,
All the time.
like all the time. So yeah, but it was something that we decided to do because it's hard. It's really hard in the marriage. Like I was tired of being by myself. Like that you have a husband, but you're always by yourself. Kind of thing. So it was hard. It was hard. Wanting to live life like that. So, but hang in there. Things do get better. Sometimes you gotta sacrifice, for things to be better later on. I support you from
It's
here,
true.
girl. But anyways, guys, so we're gonna cut it here. Um, it was nice talking to everybody that connected. Thank you for connecting, and we're gonna try to do this probably every Sunday, depending on where we are, if we're parked, and if we can actually get to, have the time to sit down and connect. We will do this every Sunday.
Mm-hmm. Yeah, it's pretty fun.
Yeah. Yeah. Well, thank you, Bianca. Thank you for watching. So yeah, happy Easter to everybody. You guys out there on the road, stay safe. Do the right thing and stay safe. Remember, you got a family to go to. Like the goal should always be, returning home safe to your family. Every day. And we're praying for everybody from here. Everybody makes it home safely to their families. But it was really nice, connecting and talking to all of you guys.
Mm-hmm.
We will see you guys hopefully next Sunday. We're able to connect. If we are, I'm gonna put an announcement on the community post and letting you guys know what time, and then we'll go from there. So any questions that you guys might have, put it on the comments, and then I'll be more than happy to answer them for you guys. And we will see you guys next week. We'll see you guys on the next video.
Peace.
Peace.